What is good, YouTube? And in today's video, we'll be reacting to the most brutal deaths ever captured. And if you enjoyed this weird shit, hit the like button, hit the sub button, and let's get right into it. Let's not waste any more time. Most brutal deaths ever discovered.
If there's one thing we all have
Let's
in
get into
common,
it, chat.
it's leaving this world. But some of us are far less lucky than others when our
Oh
time
hell
comes.
no, dude. That's
Space
what I will
is
say. I'd rather die anywhere else. I don't know. Ocean and space is wicked. Ocean and space is a little wicked. Go ahead and hit the like button. It's just, I already tell a lot of time winning this.
confirmed deaths ever discovered, ranked from the least brutal to the most. At number 7, the Liang Tebo amputation. Around 31,000 years
What?
ago, on the island of Borneo, a child had their left leg removed below the knee with a stone tool.
Oh
The
my
bone
god, no anesthesia, no nothing. Just just till it's off. And you're a child. Oh god.
healed so cleanly that the child survived into their 20s, spending years navigating a rugged, cliff-covered
With only
landscape
one
on
leg?
just one leg. Because the remaining limb was small and withered from disuse, researchers could confirm the cut happened early in childhood. Before this skeleton turned up in 2020, the oldest known surgical amputation involved a Neolithic farmer from about 7,000 years ago, meaning this discovery pushed the record back by more than 20 millennia. Whoever performed
Wow.
the operation controlled the
So you
bleeding,
think,
avoided.
how do you think this went, bro? You think people watch like this shit? Like, cause this had to be horrible, bro. You gotta pretty much take a stone and just either saw it off or you just oh man.
The major nerves and kept infection out, all without anesthesia. Even today, major amputations lead to infection around 40% of the time. As for why the
Oh
amputation
wow.
was needed in the first place, the terrain around Liang Tebo Cave is extremely elevated, covered in
How would
large
they get
rocks
that
and
clean
cliffs,
though?
so the most likely explanation is a bad fall that mangled the leg beyond saving. The fact that this person survived is difficult to explain, and researchers suggest it all came down to the people around him that spent years feeding and looking after him. At number 6, Tsukumo 24. This is the oldest confirmed shark attack victim in recorded history. He was a hunter-gatherer from Japan's Jomon culture who died about
That's what I'm saying, the ocean,
3,500
bro.
years ago near the Sento Inland Sea. His skeleton sat in a Kyoto University Museum collection for over a century before two researchers from Oxford finally opened his storage box in 2021 and realized his bones were covered in deep V-shaped gashes. While the injuries initially looked like the work of metal weapons, the Jomon people had no access to that kind of tool yet. Instead, the wounds were a perfect match for a modern shark attack, most likely from a large tiger or great white shark. The
Oh
damage
my
was
god.
so extensive that researchers counted 700.
Oh my god. That shark tore him to pieces, dude. That's all the bite marks and stuff? Oh, dear God. Imagine being in the ocean and shit. Oh my. That's why I can't stand the ocean, bro. I can't do a cruise. I don't like the ocean. I don't like space, bro. Too much of emptiness, bro. Too much emptiness. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Separate injuries, including massive trauma to his chest and abdomen, with every single rib either fractured or torn away. Both of his feet
That's horrible,
and his
dude.
left hand were bitten off, which confirmed
That's
he was
literally
actively
horrific.
fighting back during the attack. During the struggle, one bite tore straight through the femoral artery running down his thigh. Once that vessel was severed, he would have succumbed to blood loss in roughly 2 minutes. Researchers believe he was fishing from a boat and the blood from the catch drew the predator. He clearly wasn't alone, as his companions managed to pull his remains from the water and bring him back to shore for burial. When they placed him in the grave, his severed left leg was laid.
I don't know if y'all, I mean, all the guys out there, I mean, girls too, bro. But these right here, this is a little side note. I yap a lot. You get used to it if you watch me. But these right here, bro, they're so hard to put in my ear, bro.
Top of his body, positioned backwards just to make it fit inside the space. This brutal encounter was a stark reality of their environment, as the Jamon were primarily ocean fishers navigating waters where shark populations were significantly higher than they are today. Their archaeological sites are filled with shark teeth used as tools, and their artwork frequently depicts tiger sharks and hammerheads, showing exactly how closely they lived alongside the predators that ultimately killed him. At number 5, we have OH7.
That's horrible, dude.
When looking at the bones of early human ancestors, the size difference between them and the predators of their era is staggering. This specific Homo habilis lived in East Africa around 1.8 million years ago. Standing just 4 feet tall and weighing around 35 kilograms, he was incredibly fragile compared to the massive carnivores roaming the landscape. He lived near an ancient wetland in modern-day Tanzania. When he approached the water, he was ambushed by a massive crocodile known
Gators,
as
bro.
Crocodylus
Crocodiles are almost as scary as
organosumus,
them.
the largest true
Dude.
crocodile species to ever exist.
Ah, that's why I
This
can't fuck with the water,
2-ton
bro.
extinct predator reached 25 feet in length.
I can't fuck
and
with
had
the water,
heavy,
bro. I
bony
can't do it.
ridges above its eyes that gave it a horned appearance. Against prey the size of a small child, there was absolutely nothing he could do. While his remains show massive puncture marks on his left leg where large chunks of the limb were bitten clean off,
Dear
the skull
God.
tells a completely different story. Deep grooves were raked into the back of his head by a second predator, leaving bone damage that perfectly matches the hunting pattern of a large cat.
He was getting attacked by
Neither set of
both?
wounds show any sign of healing, meaning both attacks happened simultaneously. The physical evidence points to the crocodile lunging from the water to tear his leg away, just as a large cat struck the back of his head.
At the same
He just
time.
happened to be attacked by 2 different apex predators at the exact same moment. At number 4,
And you know what's even more scarier? That thing right there can bite through alligator's skull. And it was biting on the back of a human's head, bro. He was cooked off that bite alone. Fuck the alligator at that point.
Died slowly over months from vitamin A poisoning. Her partial skeleton was first located in 1974.
Vitamin
near
A.
Lake Turkana.
What's
The
vitamin A?
scientists immediately noticed something was wrong. Abnormal bone growth that layered over her normal bone, creating a coarse, thickened texture that only forms when the body is bleeding underneath the surface over a long stretch of time. The strange part was the lack of external injuries. Her bones showed no evidence of being cut or broken. So, they realized that whatever was killing her must have been coming from the inside. The pattern matched a condition called hypervitaminosis A, making her the oldest known case in any human species. She'd been eating carnivore liver over a long stretch of time without knowing the damage it was doing. In some modern predators like the polar bear, a single liver stores
parasite.
enough vitamin A to supply a human for nearly 150 years. She would
Oh
have
my
endured
God.
constant weakness, splitting headaches, and severe joint pain, all while suffering from skin damage and the loss of her hair and teeth. The heaviest bone damage.
But like,
was
what do they
concentrated
do
in
like
her
that time? Do you think they look around and be like, you know, we probably shouldn't be eating this anymore? Or they just like, or like think she just like sick and there's something wrong with her? Like,
legs,
they
meaning
just
it
keep
likely
eating that
caused
shit?
her the most pain toward the end. The massive buildup of abnormal growth didn't happen overnight. It was a slow agony that dragged on for months, and she had no way of knowing that the food she was eating was the thing killing her. At number 3, the woman of Saint Paul Trois Chateaux. They were discovered in
I think
southern
I've heard of
France
this
in
one before. I think I've heard of
1980s,
this one
taking
very
decades
distinctly.
for scientists to realize what had actually been done to the 3 women buried inside. 2 of them had been forced into a space too small for a normal burial and pinned beneath heavy grindstones while still alive. The awkward positioning of their limbs revealed that a rope, long since decayed, had lashed their bent legs to their necks. As exhaustion set in and their legs inevitably dropped, the rope would pull taut, forcing them to slowly asphyxiate in the dark
And
beneath
strangle
the stone.
themselves. Oh
While
my
this
God.
brutal binding technique is still used today as a form of underworld punishment known as incapacitamento, these women weren't being punished. They were part of an elaborate agricultural sacrifice. The
What?
pit itself was designed to mimic a grain silo, intentionally aligned so that the summer solstice sun would shine directly
This is like
into
some
it,
cold
while
shit.
A third unbound woman was laid over the stones to complete the ritual. Most chillingly, this wasn't an isolated event. When researchers reviewed older excavations, they found this exact same binding method at 14 different locations.
This is some
stretching
cold
from
shit, I'm
Spain
telling
to
you.
the Czech Republic. For over 2,000 years, this horrifying ritual was repeated across Europe. And at some of those sites, the victims were infants. At number 2, the Turkana.
But did you think those like people did anything wrong or like were criminals at the time? Because back then, criminal punishment was a lot worse than it is today. Today is a
On a
fucking walk in the park compared to then. You could be thrown in like a bull or some shit.
A 9-year-old
Cooked.
Homo erectus developed a severe dental abscess after his adult teeth grew crooked and tore the surrounding tissue. Instead of healing, the infection escalated into septicemia, sending lethal blood poisoning from his jaw throughout his entire body. And to make things worse, modern scans of his skeleton reveal a severely herniated disc, while early researchers mistook his misaligned ribs for a congenital condition.
Nothing to
like
do to fix it either.
scoliosis.
Just cooked in that
Improved
period of
imaging
time.
proved he was
You know
actually
how
suffering
lucky
from a
you are to spawn in this period of time and not like back then, bro? You know how lucky you are?
massive spinal injury.
You get sick
By the
back then,
time
you're
the
cooked.
infection peaked, he was already in constant agony and barely able to walk. Researchers believe the boy collapsed face first while trying to cross a shallow marshland. Between the spinal injury and the spreading poison, he simply lacked the strength to lift his head out of the water and ended up drowning where he fell. Shortly after, a passing herd of animals trampled his body deeper into the mud, and a nearby volcano
Dear
eventually sealed
God.
his remains in ash for over 1,000,000 years. At number 1, the
What a
Pygmy
horrible.
site. This is the worst entry on this list because it wasn't just a one-time event. It happened over and over again to dozens of people across multiple generations. Inside the Zhougoudian cave in China, researchers have recovered the remains of more than 28 Homo
Oh my
erectus
God.
individuals. Because stone tools were found mixed in with the shattered bones, early scientists assumed these people had been consuming their own kind. But when they finally went back and looked at every single bone in the cave,
Some
they
fucked them up.
realized roughly
Some hit 'em.
67% of the human remains carried bite marks from something else entirely. An extinct giant hyena called Pachycrocuta. These were some of the largest hyenas that ever lived. Adults easily broke 150 kilograms, putting them in the same weight class as a lioness.
Oh
With
my.
proportionally
Oh,
massive
Dad.
heads and jaw muscles strong enough to break a human skull open just to get to the marrow. It turns out the cave had been an active hyena den all along. It seems like early humans only squatted there during the periods when the pack temporarily moved on, and they paid a terrible price when the animals came back. Skulls and body parts scattered across the site have been found.
But how does that
cracked,
keep
snapped
happening? You
apart,
gotta
or
dip
eaten
after that
through
shit.
completely. Researchers even found a human thigh bone with a surface so rounded and pitted that it had clearly been worn smooth by stomach acid. A hyena had swallowed the bone, partially digested it, and then thrown it back up. And since hyenas are notorious for consuming their prey before it had even passed with a brutal bite and pull method, the end for these victims would have been unimaginable. The bones left behind show a completely one-sided devastation.
I don't know. That's
While the
horrible.
human remains are
What's it?
covered
What's
in
worse,
hyena
a
bite marks.
hyena? A hyena getting killed by a hyena, or getting killed by a fucking shark in the ocean? I don't know. Shark in the ocean is pretty bad, dude.
The Pachycrocuta bones barely have a
Or one of them
scratch on them
sicknesses with
from
no
human
doctors.
weapons. Even though these early humans made stone tools and likely used fire, those defenses were completely useless against the giant predators. The hyenas were so dominant that some researchers believe they actively kept early humans from expanding into certain parts of Asia for thousands of years. If you enjoyed this video,
Great
make sure to
video,
leave a dislike.
phenomenal video. But it's been your boy Nick. Until next time, let me know what y'all think of this video. Like always, down in the comments, I'll respond to some of y'all. Let y'all know my thoughts. Further ado, it's been your boy Nick. I'm out, man. Peace.